Michelle wanted a cool pic with their helmet on.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over to Monkey Beach. We'll throw on the mics if this doesn't work. We'll tell you more about it, but we rented a scooter today. And I'm gonna try to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Left.
You on?
Yep.
Welcome to another fun adventure. Where are we at today, honey?
We are at the Monkey Trail.
Yeah, we're trying to get over to a different beach. You'll see some footage of us leaving the hotel and coming this way. We rented a scooter for the day, kind of self-exploring. So yeah, let's hope we can find some monkeys. Michelle really wants to find some.
I want to see them from a distance. I would not like them to attack us.
Okay.
So, pretty excited. See what we can find.
You know, one thing that surprised us was all the trash on the side here. You know, on most of the trails, most of the stuff we're doing.
Super sad.
Yeah, we think we have the bike locked. We think we're good. Except to wear sturdy shoes. Michelle and I have our locked-on sandals, so that's kind of sturdy. So we'll see how safe it is.
Don't feed the monkeys. That's when you get in trouble. Should we put the food that's in the outside pocket inside? Or do you think it matters?
That probably does.
A pretty view. So this is the other side. We showed you those rocks, those big rocks as we were coming in. As we were kayaking yesterday, we were on the other side of them. So this is Anon. And we've been in Annam, kind of so similar. But different. Anon is busier than Annam.
Kind of a rickety bridge. I've not seen any monkeys, have you, honey?
Do you want to walk on that?
Sure.
So it looks like it used to go.
It's quite clearer than our side that we were at. More of a snorkel bay, much cleaner water.
Yeah.
Watch out, hun, these are pretty rickety. These stairs look a little sketchy.
They do look a little sketchy. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination on my part.
Watch out, these are uneven stairs here. I'm not seeing any monkeys, honey.
I kind of feel like I'm climbing up into a treehouse.
Quite the lovely view.
That's a pretty view.
Holy cow, there's a lot of stairs.
Nothing else. It's a pretty walk and a pretty view.
But there are no monkeys.
Should be. Maybe they're just not moving, so we can't see them.
Maybe they're already in bed.
Maybe.
Careful.
You good?
Yeah, looking for monkeys and not where I step.
I don't know if you can see as I had the camera up ahead, but on the ground, they just have lots of sandbags. Laid them down on the trail.
Originally had them covered with these canvas bags, but they slowly ripped up.
Yeah, canvas bags have now ripped.
The thought was really good. I didn't think about making sandbags, but they look like rocks almost.
Yeah, little stepping stones.
Well, what comes up must go down.
It's true.
Watch out for the rocks here. Guess they're making a sign of paper down here.
Yeah, I read that the security guard makes you sign a paper saying you can have access to the beach, but nothing else to the resort. These ones are super steep.
I'm going to sign up that I want all access to the resort.
Well, the monkey trail on the way here to this beach was uneventful.
That was what the hike was for, was to get over here. Looks like we can get it over there, maybe find some shade or kind of hide underneath these trees for some shade. Where would you like to go? That's a big old rock, huh?
It is a big rock.
It's really quite pretty over here.
You can just sit in this shade if we want.
You can walk all the way to that side and sit over there in that shade.
Probably
Maybe
be
up that
shaded
tree.
longer.
How long are we going to stay? Probably though. That's always. Careful on that step.
Thank you. Can't beat the view.
Guess this is a beach resort that you can come stay at. Probably more than what we're spending.
A little bit.
We're spending $28 a night. I bet you that's maybe like $29.
Yeah. Their breakfast was probably $28.
What?
Their breakfast was probably $28.
Oh yeah, there you go. $29 with breakfast included. It's kind of ugly water.
Not the prettiest beach we've looked at.
No, even our beach over there is much better.
Well, the rock formations out there are still super cool.
Oh, hey.
Or a long-tail boat. Looks like you can walk out a ways. There's some people enjoying the water, just laying in it, so you know it's not very deep. Yeah, we can keep going. Pretty impressive.
so we found ourselves a urban jungle is what they call it. An urban, no, they didn't call it a jungle. What do they call it? An urban ecological system or something. So here's the learning system. This is in Krabi. We're over here. Just had an evening to come look around and thought we'd come look at something that most people don't look at. So here's a big view of the area and whatever that says. So yeah, it's kind of a learning center. I heard there might be monkeys on this trail, so we're coming out here looking for maybe monkeys and maybe just going to a pretty lookout. It's kind of cool. Apparently there's signs up here, Michelle, as we're hiking. They'll have different signs about different type of mangrove trees.
Okay. Those roots are crazy.
How they're all coming out and feeding down.
I think all the water and mud have washed the dirt away, and so the roots are just exposed now.
Yeah, it must. And then obviously when the water gets this high, you know,
Yeah.
the tree just keeps growing down into the mud. It was very cool root systems, huh?
Almost looks like the tree was turned upside down.
Which one?
All of them, just with the roots.
Oh, like those should be branches?
Yeah.
That's really quite an interesting observation. Okay, Michelle, what does this one say?
Nice.
That's that kind. How do you say that in English? That is English?
It's as close as I was going to make it.
That's the same name?
Yep. Same name.
Maybe that's saying click on here for English. Looks like somebody walked down in there. Did you want to go walk into there?
No,
I bet it's like a good mud bath.
I'm sure it is. Clean those feet good.
Here you go, here's a different one.
Different one. Hello.
Hello. So, this is a different brand. This is the one that looks like it has its leaves. Looks like it has tree branches going down. And is that a different one? Should we have brought our helmets with us?
Think so.
There's a tower to climb. That is quite the scurry up to that dock out there. It's a really pretty dock. It was just low water. It's just thick. So you can see that this boat dock has resided, you know, went down and is in the mud. So when the water comes up, I'm thinking that's the case with your roots. Oh look, there's people going there, over there. It's like there's a way to get on a boat and go for a ride through them. It's kind of cool. Guess you'd find a film for the trees and the vastness when you compare that to there's the airport out there. Well, there's an airplane rather. Assume the airport's out there. But if you figure we're just on that one little section of this, these water veins run all the way up in there. It's quite interesting to think how this used to be navigated, how busy. These look like some sailboats who have come in here. Come around here, you can see the town out there. Big old radio tower out there. I wonder what's on top of that over there.
Way out there?
Way out there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that bird.
For some food?
Or is it carrying some food home?
Maybe.
Sure if you guys are picking that up or not, how good that video looks. It's unreal how pretty this is out here. That long tail boat going out. See how far back that water prop is. It's kind of fun, all the little different holes in the rock out there that you can see. We saw a bunch of those on the drive over.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to keep on keeping on?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Too bad they didn't put a slide up here. Would you do it?
I'd go down a slide, yeah.
What about a bungee jump?
Bungee jump? Nope.
What?
No, I wouldn't bungee jump.
But you'd go down a big long twisty slide or a straight slide?
Either one.
What if it was metal? And it was...
Ooh. Is it going to be hot?
Michelle is observing on those steps what?
They're still all different sizes. I think that they would have been able to make them uniformed, but
It's kind of interesting they poured these out of concrete.
they'd still make them look like wood.
Like the Jordan River walkway kind of a feeling, right?
Yeah.
Looks like there's a placard that might have fallen.
Yep.
Looks like there was another way in.
It's probably a couple different entrances, depending on which part of it you're coming into.
It's pretty neat. We're just that close to that road over here and you can hear birds in the trees. I'm assuming that's a bird.
That's bird.
Where's a bird?
I just said that. Other tweeting was a bird for sure. Lots of different sounds, huh?
That's way cool. Kind of neat, they're pointing out all the mangrove forests and where their sizes. As you can see right there, Asia's got one of the largest groups, as a percentage of the pie as well, so that they're talking about how many hectometers. And Michelle's going to translate this real quick and tell us what. Looks like they're trying to preserve it and telling you about the life that lives in the trees. It's a pretty cool setup they've got. That's what Michelle really wants to see, is one of these bats.
Nope, the bats can keep to themselves.
I thought you liked bats.
No.
Oh, only at the cabin.
They can fly around outside of the cabin.
Well, we did not see any monkeys, but we saw a lot of other cool stuff. That was kind of a scary drive a little bit at
It
times.
was a little sketchy. My helmet was going to blow off.
Yeah, the wind got big there a couple times, didn't it? Let you listen for a second. Michelle was just making the observation how the... What, honey?
Just all the different sound of the wind going through the leaves and the trees hitting each other. It can kind of freak you out if you let it.
Sounds a lot like home though, doesn't it?
Yeah, like up at the cabin, just listening to the trees. Even you look up and see these tall ones swaying like you can at the pine trees.
Just, that's another great observation, Michelle. Sometimes the more things feel different, the more they're the same. Yeah. Or they look different. These trees wouldn't make it a day in the cabin area, nor would pine trees make it out here. Yet they still do the same thing. They're doing the converting nitrogen to oxygen and giving us whatever percentage that is of oxygen we need to nitrogen that we breathe. Pretty amazing. We should look out there and just see. There's a boat. Spinner in the ground.
I don't think that boat's going anywhere.
It's a perfect boat for kids to find and fix up. Get it running. Kind of fun. Shows you how the city butts right up against the mangrove forest. Pretty cool. Looks like a camp. Someplace that, you know, you'd have like an RV park or something, but it's people's homes back up to this.
Yeah.
I'm really getting irritated with the monkeys in Thailand. There might not be any. Might be a myth. All right, Michelle.
Yeah.
Tell Cousin Paul what you thought of when you saw this place.
Well, Paul, made me think of your old cabin. Yeah, it's old. Just this water out here and the quietness and the wind blowing through trees and listening to the birds. So there you go.
All we're missing is some shotguns and making some noise.
Yeah.
Just think you could have shot monkeys, Paul.
If you could find them.
Paul can find them.
How
If not,
good of a hunter, how good of a monkey hunter are you, Paul?
if not, he's gonna tell us he found them. Just kidding. Yep, reminds us of Delta a little bit, huh, Michelle?
Yeah, just a little.
Just that look right here.
Yeah,
Just
just this look.
the mud coming up and then trudging through it to get to the kids when they got out and stuck. And
Or your big styrofoam airplane that you threw
Yeah.
off the deck.
yeah,
that
I
one
got
time.
stuck out in the mud, made the kids go get it.
Mhm.
I thought of Marcus out there digging in the mud. Dave, I found him head to toe in mud and just having a great time. Thanks for joining us today as we went to the Monkey Trail Beach. And then since we didn't see any monkeys on that trail and hiked it hard, we decided we'd come over to Krabi. And this is the amazing Kaho Kanban and Krabi Rama site, or Krabi Urban Forest. So thanks for joining us on that little walk. And yeah, I mean, this one's probably not worth doing. The Monkey Beach is awesome, or the Monkey Trail over to that other beach. Remember, you have to sign in when you get there, and just making sure that they know that you're not allowed to go do any of their other facilities. I'd definitely go there. It's the prettiest beach in our little area. And the further ones we came through, Anong, they were prettier than all those. So
Yeah.
that's probably where I would go for the day and keep going back because it's so pretty. Just make sure to pack a little lunch and remember there's no facilities. But
So even when your plans don't go exactly how you hoped for, still an adventure, still was fun. Still got to see some fun things. So remember,
you got this.